Okay. All right. All set?
Great.
Cool. All right, Ellen. Yeah, it was thank you for answering some of our question. It was, it's a pleasure to get to know you. Great. So I think now we should move on to the case interview portion of the interview. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Great, let's do it. So, our client is the designer and publisher of Dayfort, a free-to-play multiplayer shooting game. Over the past 5 years, Dayfort has broken both revenue and profit records for the gaming industry. However, the client's profitability has declined recently. Your client has hired you to help them improve the profitability of Dayfort.
Great. So our client is a designer and publisher of a shooting game called Day Force.
Mhm.
Day Fort, right?
Yes.
And revenue is increasing a lot, but the profit is dropping. And so their target is to improve the profitability. Did I get the gist of the case?
Right. Yeah. So over the past 5 years, yeah, revenue and profit records have been broken, and the profitability, you're right, has declined recently. So,
So over the past 5 years,
mhm.
both revenue and the profit increase.
There's been revenue and profit records. So records have been reached, but then the profitability has declined recently.
Great. So regarding the dropping profitability, how long has the have we seen this? Is it in a past 6 months or past years?
Right. Yeah, we can get into that. Yeah, but that's a good question.
Great. Is there any other object they're looking for?
No, they're you mean they're like their target and their timeline?
Yeah, including timeline, what and other objects except for the profitability. Yeah,
Right. So no, there's no specific profitability target, and their timeline is just as soon as possible.
great. So, is this their own problem, or do we see the dropping profitability across in the gaming industry?
Yeah, we can go into that later. Yeah, that's a good question.
Okay. Uh, great. I think.
Do you have any questions like perhaps like on the product or the revenue streams? Just wanted to throw to you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Do we have any more information about their business model and what their portfolio looks like? Is the day for their only the products, or is there anything else?
Right. So Dayfort, it's a free-to-play game, and so they make money by selling customizable skins, so like outfits for their in-game characters. And they also sell season battle passes that allow players to unlock skins by playing the game.
So their business model is their main revenue stream is one selling skin, the other is sell seasonal pass.
Yes.
Great. So that's their only game they're operating day for. Is there any other they on any other game they are operating?
There may be other games, but our client is focusing just on Dayfort, so just Dayfort.
Okay, great. Um, yeah, great. I think that's the all the information I need for now. Can I take a moment to structure my thoughts?
Yes, please.
Great. I think I would like to break that into so yeah, our clients to fix the day four profitability, the dropping profitability, I think there are three steps we need to take. The first is figure out what is the root cause of the dropping profitability. And the second step is exploring what are the possible ways to fix that. And finally, it's doing the cost benefit analysis to see how we can improve that as soon as possible. So back to the first steps. So to figure out what is the root cause of the dropping profitability, I think I would like to look into the two buckets. So one is looking at their financials, and the other is looking at other all kinds of external factors. So for the financial buckets, I think the one is the revenue and the other is cost. So given the revenue has been increasing, so I think we should focus more on the cost side, like the fixed cost, for example, like how they do the marketing, how they do the administration, how are they selling, what is the cost to reaching out to more clients. And on the variable cost, for example, like how much to develop every, because they heavily rely on selling skin, so how much cost need to develop the skin, and how much they they spend to host the seasonal battle. Yeah, and then forward on the other on all the external factors. So is there anything that changed during the past years? For example, is there more competitive landscapes, and so making we doing the market more difficult? Or is there any client behavior change? For example, they need more supporting services by every skin or every battle pass they purchase. So we have to add more staff to support that. And is there a paycheck increase across the industry? So that might also cause our cost increase. So is in general, so is there anything else happening outside our internal operations that we want to explore? So I think the first step is to look at the financial, is especially about the cost side. So do we have any further information on that?
Right. So yeah, some cost sides, those are interesting. Yeah, I see where you're going with the revenue increases. But I think we should not only cost but look at all of profitability. So let me show you some information on that. Right.
Great. Thanks for sharing. So according to this exhibit, we can tell there are different games. So there are different games profit pool in the past 5 years. So we are the day fourth. Yeah, it seems like there are other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are other five. There are another four benchmark for us to reference. So these are the profit pool, and see we can see the other is keeps pretty stable. It's
Mhm.
and the day G increase a little bit, pub A increase a lot, CS stop pretty stable, and day four drop significantly. So seems like this is our own problem rather than across the industry. And especially we can see across in the industry, the profit pool increase from 12 million or maybe 11 million to close to 27 million. So it's almost double. But our profitability drop from 2017 is 12 million to 11 million.
Mhm.
Yeah. So this is this is a region. So it seems like this is more like our own operating problems rather than the industry problems. So is there anything and any more information on our peers business model and how
Mhm.
is there any more information about our peers business model and how they operate different from us? Do they
Right.
have smaller operating team, or maybe they have more efficiency when they launch skins
Right.
and battle? Yeah.
Yeah, that's really really interesting. Yeah, that's great that you want to look at the competitors. And I hear you with like, yeah, how are their operations? Which is great. Right now though you're going with for example like, oh, their balance sheets or whatever. But specifically to video games like our client Dayforce and the competitors, what might be a consideration to make for the video game market?
Yeah, so for the video game market, can I have a moment to structure my thoughts?
Yeah, yeah. Let's just take a second to right. So we all know their the competitors' operations, right? So yeah, I say go ahead, take
Yeah.
a yeah, please go ahead.
Mm, yeah, I think regarding the video game industry, I think the first factor I want to consider is their business model. So
Mhm.
our client is free to play. What about others? Are they charge some are they charged are they charged at the beginning when they sell the game? So they give the permission for a certain period. So I think the business model I think is the first thing that I want to consider. So it is like a subscription service or buy it for the lifetime service or free to play service.
Mhm.
And that is the first thing, and the other is also about their business model and what they're if this is free to play, so except for selling the skin, do they also sell ads, do they also sell like other merchandise or add-on services. So it's also about the business model, and the other is about the how they operate to achieve such revenue. Is it efficient enough or not? So for example, how much to spend to do the to offer the supporting service, like how much to develop one skin and how much to host every seasonal battle. So I think that's the operating part.
Okay, great. Yeah, okay, great. Which one do you think is the most promising of why you know, the perhaps our competitors are doing better or in terms of profitability?
Mm, doing better. I think probably it's the I think my hypothesis here is the business model might be the biggest driver. So it's which is what's their revenue stream based on what they offer
Mm.
as a game.
Mm. Great, great. Okay. So right, so what they offer as a game. Do you want to look at that first?
Yeah, if we have any data, that'd be great.
Great, great. Let me show you some information.
Great. So from this chart, we can see the online multiplayer games market research survey results. That is importance performance. So 10 is excellent. So 1 is poor. We as Dayforce, we can see, we have very high we have very high score in gameplay, community, new features, and especially new features is way above the competitors CS and DayZ. But we have zero ranking in item trading allowed.
Hmm.
Wow, that's very interesting. So it seems like we give up we give up this domain completely.
Mhm.
Mm, do we have any reasons why we didn't do that? And is there any revenue will be generated when if we allow item trading in the game?
Right. That's actually a pretty interesting takeaway. Yeah, so given this information, do you think we should item trading was is something we should continue forward with?
Uh, well, my hypothesis is here is for sure. So for two reasons, is one is that is what our peer, our most competitive peer are doing. So I think we definitely should catch up with peer what to following the industry norm. And the other is given we have other, it seems like in the gameplay community new features we behave pretty good. So i make me believe that we still have the capacity to bring on new 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 features. Yeah, so that is my hypothesis here. So one is this is need to be bring on, the second is can we should could we probably could bring it on. Yeah.
Great. Okay, great. So, that's a great takeaway. Item trading seems like it would be the way to go. So I have some numbers to give you, and possibly if you can take a look at the profitability. So currently our client has 125 million players, and currently the percent of players who purchase items is 1%. The average spend per year is $10, and the profit margin is 100%. And if trading is allowed, the percent of players who would purchase items is 10%. The average spend per year is $3, and the profit margin is 50%.
Great. So yeah, according to the data, and we can we can have a quick calculation of what is our profit margin at this moment, and what is the profit margin if we allowed item trading.
Mhm.
That sounds a great next step for you.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Great. So if we only allow the item and the passes for now, so we have 125 million players, so 12.5 million player will buy the skin and passes, and so on average it's spend $10. That is 125 million, and that's we earn 100%, so that's $125 million profits. So if we allow item trading, so 12.5 million player will trade, and we earn 1.5 per 1.5 dollar per trading. So if we multiple that, that will be 18.75 million.
Mhm.
So yeah, so if
You want to take a look at the current profit again?
the current profit is the current profit is 125 million.
Mhm.
And if we allow item trading, there will be extra 18.75 million.
Right. So just so the current numbers are for the total current profitability, and if trading is allowed, that's also the total current profitability. I just wonder what is 1% of 125 million? For the current.
Oh, you mean there are only 1% that will do the transaction rather than 10%?
Right, in the current, yeah, the current profitability, only 1%.
Oh, I see. So, therefore the current profitability is 12.5.
Right, yes. Yes.
Oh, I sorry. I got the wrong percentage number. Thanks for correcting. So yeah, so if we allow item trading, there is almost double. It's over. It's over. It's even more than double our current profit. It's from 12.5 to 30 uh uh to 31 million.
Right. So the 18.75 that wouldn't be like an add-on. It would be the total profitability with the if trading was allowed.
Oh, I see. Got it. So, I see. So it's not an island. That's another scenario. So our profit will increase from 12.5 to 18.75.
Hmm.
That is 50% increase. Yeah, that sounds a great opportunity to explore. So if we allow item trading, what are the uh the extra a team that we need to spend on? So our operating team
Hmm.
to
Right,
build
right.
such a feature.
Right. That's perfect. So that seems good. I want to throw to you. So, with what we learned, the CEO is about to walk to the room, and he'd like to know what you'd recommend and why.
Great. Can I take a moment
Yeah,
to
please.
Great. So, first of all, thank you for the opportunity to have the chance to talk with Dayforce. And as a leading game designer publisher, and I think even though sorry, yeah, so to fixing the dropping profitability problems, I think the quickest way is to bring on the item trading feature as soon as possible. If we could allow item trading feature, and our profit will increase from 12.5 to 18.75. That we can see around 50% increase of profitability. But on the other side, we also need to consider how to ensure that feature launch successfully and smoothly, and that also meet our players' expectations. So things we need to consider. For example, how to build up the capacity and how to build up the team to operate such features. And so I think the next step is figuring out what is the best way to launch it. Thank you.
Great. Okay, great. How did you feel about that, Ellen?
I don't know much about the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is the first thing. The other is I think it's still very rigid. I I don't feel like I'm very flexible with in terms of adding details and still it seems like the structure is still pretty standard. Yeah. But I think on the other side the good part is I think my gut feeling is not that bad. So when it's talking about the profitability, so I think that my first question is their business model. I think there might be something wrong with their business model, how they charge their fee to
Mhm.
earn money. Yeah, I think that's the good part. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree. I think definitely out of practice because we, even out of practice, it's been like 3 weeks since we last
Yeah.
did practice. So yeah, definitely in a lot of ways, in a lot of ways we're starting from scratch again just because it's been a while. From that, yeah, like your gut feeling was right of like looking at the profit. That's something you mentioned in the clarifying questions was look at the current profitability and the competitors, and then you know um looking at the operating models, so basically just different what the other competitors offer in terms of their product. I was hoping that you were looking at his product, but yeah, overall, just overall, it just takes a step back. I think that Ellen, we should come up with a new way to approach case practicing. I think I'm not sure if you feel the same way, but I'm worried that like however we're doing it, you've been like hitting a plateau in terms of your casing. I'm not sure if you feel the same way, but like we ought to like consider a way like moving forward to like let's like help you break out of that. Because yeah, like and another thing is yeah, trusting your gut as well. Because like with the exhibit, it was clear that I'll return to the other point briefly, but yeah, it was clear that like for example you could tell that item trading allowed your like you started asking about it, but immediately with your gut, that would like they would like you to just say, "Oh, recommend that the client allow item trading in game." There was a number of times where you're like, "Do you think that we should allow item trading?" I'm like, "What do you think?" You're you're the consultant here, you know. And so yeah, it definitely would have been yes, let's do item trading, and then yeah, stuff like that. Overall, just like your gut feeling was right. However, and of course, the industry was very unfamiliar to you, and so a lot of that could have been also asking questions like clarifying, like for example these four different games. These are actually all very different games, and so you're not gonna know this. No, you're not gonna know this because you don't play video games. But these are like these are these each individually are like very different games. Like, and I just know because I've like played video games before. So it's like yeah, I know that these. So, but the thing is that this is overall an online multiplayer game is profitable, but each of these games are actually quite different in terms of their like experiences. Like one is like a building game, one is like a team game, one is like a but and so like there could have been a question of like what kind of products do each of these online multi because the our client is a multiplayer shooting game, but this one is more like a this one's more like a building game, and this one's more like a survival game. So that could have just been a question about like their business models or the product. But yeah, the actual like case details aside, yeah, I think we should turn to that. Like, however, we should switch up the approach to case practicing. I was thinking perhaps I'm still super happy to meet every week, but perhaps getting a new like case partner and a fresh set of eyes to like give you feedback because perhaps like however way that I'm like sharing feedback or like the way we've been practicing cases hasn't been you see what I mean? Like maybe optimal. And I'm not sure in what way we could change, but I just think like getting a fresh pair of eyes on how you've been how your practices have gone. So because yeah, like you see what I mean? Like I'm not sure because you've had like ups and downs in case practices, but overall I think because it's been me and you and maybe one, two, three times with Eric, perhaps like like my perspective is like not enough in a way, not that I'm not, you see what I mean, but I think a fresh pair of eyes and for some of the practices would be good. So if you wanted to open up on the Facebook chat or something on the group, but yeah, beyond that, like nothing so glaring of like a your gut is correct, but just like it is. Yeah, I hope you can see so that we've been hitting a plateau for a little while. So like yeah, just to throw that to you to possibly reach out to like some, and of course I am I hope it's clear I'm very happy to keep practicing with you every week. But yeah, so just something to consider.
Yeah, I think yeah, I have the feeling as well. So hitting a plateau for a while, and I have tried to fix that, but I don't see obvious progress so far. I think I have tried to fix that since the beginning of February. Yeah. Especially after the first practice, I try to, it's so so yeah, here is my hypothesis. My hypothesis here is I want to build my own casing systems. So therefore it's something more organic. But yeah, I'm building it, but I'm not sure this is the right way to break the plateau or not. But I think you're also right about finding another a case partner might be also helpful. Yeah,
Hmm.
I think you're right. So
Yeah.
maybe we could change from meeting weekly. Maybe we can meeting bi-weekly. And I
Hmm.
think it's still a great idea to at least keep my muscle warm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah, I'd be happy to do like bi-weekly case practice, but also, in
yeah,
between 15-minute coffee chat, like a bi-weekly and but yeah, I think a fresh set of eyes would be great. Kind of like when I was throwing you, earlier in the call, like my college friend who works yeah, just like a fresh perspective, could be good or even like someone in industry currently, especially if consulting is slow right now. I'm sure like someone in the industry would be happy to like, do 30 minutes with you, to do a case. Um, but yeah, so yeah, that's like it's not like you have an interview with like McKinsey on Monday, right? So like you're like totally like, oh my gosh. Um, but yeah, just like to start today and to move forward, like, just I think it'd be really important that we, pivot our approach for your practice. Because like, yeah. But yeah, other than that, like, I think once we just pivot and introduce like someone else for you, like the results will follow. Just because like, okay, because I can only see as much as I see, and so like, yeah, I also don't know what I'm missing regarding like how I like what might be sharing with you. So yeah, so that's just something to consider. Just reach out on Facebook group and say, hey, I'm looking for another case partner to offer a fresh set of eyes on my current, yeah, blah blah blah, something like that.
for sure, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
keep our routine to bi-weekly, and meanwhile I'm figuring more ways to improve myself. Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with the plateau observation. Yeah, I feel that too, but it's just I don't know how to break it.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, and I definitely say like bringing in someone else, like just like a new case partner, would which is again, I think a really fresh set of eyes would be like
Yeah,
really,
I,
really,
I I agree. I agree. Yeah.
yeah.
That's hopefully I think the in the March, I think my priority is in the March, I think my priority is packing my story, streamline my story in a more rounded package. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
my top priority. Um, and yeah, it's still I need to figure out how to remove my doubt, especially when I share my story. I have to truly believe in myself. Otherwise, that won't click.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like something that, I think Socrates I think Socrates says something like the unexamined life is not worth living or something like that. And something that something that I've been doing recently is like I like my speech to text on my phone. I will just like open up like a Google Doc or something, or like a note, and just speech to text, just talk about it. Just talk about it, and then like after like just having like a full on just like session of just sharing my thoughts, I'll just copy and paste the whole thing, paste in the chat GPT and said summarize my thoughts. I'll just like ramble into my phone for like a while and then just copy paste chat GPT.
Wait, how to copy paste? That's a
Oh, thanks, mom. Thanks, lunch. Thanks, mom. Hello, this is my mother. This is my mother. Hi.
Hi, hello, Mel.
呀，
Hello，
我的朋友，
这是 Alan。
我的朋友，
啊，
呀
对对对，我跟 Steven 有那个 practicing 有一段时间了。
，yeah, all right, yeah, okay, thank you for
哦，新
lunch.
年快乐，新年快乐。
哦，新年快乐，他说新年快乐，哦，thanks mom. Okay, okay, all right, bye mom. Okay, she just came to give me lunch, so that's very nice. A noodle soup. Um,
But you that's a voice recording, right? How to turn that
oh
into
no, I just speech to text. So like I just
how to speech to text? Is there an app to offer service?
so let me turn off my so yeah, so here's just like a random notepad, right? I have like a speech after the oh, hello, my name is Steven and I'm on the Zoom call
What?
with Ellen right
Is that
now.
is
And
that a note?
yeah, well, this is a okay. I'm gonna turn this off. This is just an add-on to any of my phones. So if I were just like to text you, this is your text. I'd be like, I can just press it. Hi, Ellen. I am just testing my speech to text thing, and I just send it.
Wow, that's very
Yeah.
powerful. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
not. Yeah,
great.
speech to
That's a
text.
great thing to explore.
Yeah, yeah. It's
That's
it's a oh, it's a new phone, so like it's like a built-in feature, like speech to text, like it's just right there.
huh.
Yeah. So I'll just turn that on and then just like talk into my phone, and then like the text will write out like I don't know like 500 words of just rambling nonsense, and then I'll copy paste. All right, tell me what my problem is, ChatGPT. So
Oh, that's a great productivity tip.
yeah. I mean, it's just a simple, just speech to text, like you know what I mean? Like if like text to speech, you just like highlight a text and say, "Oh, read to me," It's like the opposite. I just talk into my phone and the words come up. So,
Okay, great.
yeah.
Uh, I got it. I got it on my notes, and I got it. Yeah, pretty much get everything, and really, really appreciate it again. And thank you
Mhm.
so much for your time for
Yeah.
to talk
I'll
with
so
me for suggestion for me. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have some free time today, so I'll just compile like a kind of like a study guide cheat sheet of like case interview, just all the kind of notes we took over the however long. I'll just like compile some notes and I can just send them to you. It just I have quite a bit of free time today anyways, because it's Friday and people aren't really reviewing like job apps. I mean the HRs aren't really. Anyways, I'd be happy to do that. But yeah, and beyond that, yeah, I'd say you have my contact, from Accenture, Carnegie Mellon. So just let me know if you'd ever want to reach. I can just connect you. Hey, blah blah, blah my my friend, blah blah blah. And then also yeah, with your like your conventions or the events. Actually, I'm also curious myself. It couldn't hurt if I have some free time. Could you like maybe send me like some of the events and maybe I could join you there and just like see what is in the sustainability space.
Yeah, sure, but I'm not sure is there still tickets left
Mm.
because it's the uh let me double check. Gmail. Where can I find all the yeah, here we are. Event rate.
But yeah, again, I just want to throw by you as well that yeah, like just on last week, I just like reached out to a random connection of like because I was having some like really serious like what the heck do I do with my job? You know, like management consulting is not working out, which is it's okay because it's not entirely my fault.
Mm.
Um, like in really a lot of ways. So I was just reaching out like to a friend of mine that works in marketing, another guy that works in finance, another person that works in like, director of operations at Merck. And I just like put like, hey, 30 minutes and each, hey, can we just talk about what the heck you do? And if this is let me actually send you yeah, let me send you what my
So
actual
these are the gosh, how do I? Yeah, these are the 4 events that I will be there. I mean, I'm not sure which one I will go eventually, but I will try to. So so on the March 6th, there are I mean the events are overlapping, and there is also another one AI at NVIDIA that was invited only, and so it's not on the list. But the other, it's you can pretty much get the tickets on Eventbrite, and it's except for the first one. Did you see that? Did you see that? I sent it to the through the chat box.
yeah, let me
Yeah, you can download it. So except for the first one, the one in Climate Business Innovation Summit, that summit was held at Stanford. It cost around $50, and the other are all free tickets. So I'm
oh,
not sure. I'm not sure which events I will join on March 6th, but on March 7th, these two I will definitely go because there are too many events on March 6th, and multiple even and multiple places. So I'm not sure which one I will join eventually, but that's what's on my list at this moment.
hmm. Yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah, by the way, we're still recording. I'm gonna stop recording.